Welcome to Nucleus Developer Overview video. This presentation assumes you have downloaded, installed, and uploaded a free developer project license. During installation, a Nucleus Developer icon should have been placed on your Windows desktop. Locate this icon and double-click on it to start the Nucleus Developer. The Nucleus Platform Developer will connect to the Postgres database cluster that you have already installed on your computer or networked server. This startup process will also verify all your installed project licenses, ensure the databases in the cluster are properly built, and prepare your development system for use. But first, let's verify a couple of things on your Windows operating system to make sure your experience is a pleasant one. Now we're opening the system settings. We're using a dual monitor system. This is useful when you are using a developer to test a running HMI Station application with the built-in simulator. The layout for text is set at a recommended 100% value, and the resolution is set at 1920 by 1080. And finally, let's make sure you have Auto Hide set on your Windows taskbar, as described in the Help Center Display Requirements section. Within the Nucleus Developer, you can access the Nucleus Help Center at any time by selecting the question mark on the right top side of the application. And if you are connected to the intranet, the help topic will display inside your default browser. The topic shown before you begin is an excellent place to start. The Help Center contains all of the Nucleus Developer tutorial videos and primary topics, such as defining your project options, running the communications builder, the display creator, the simulator, and the launching external applications for testing are all covered in detail. There is also help on the development simulator server applications, setting up system redundancy, and creating runtime distributions. Everything you need to know about the Nucleus platform is available via the online Help Center. There are also help buttons throughout the Nucleus Developer application that will access the appropriate sections to assist you in building your control system. As you can see from the menus and shortcut bar, there is not much you can do until you open a project. Now, let's open the project from the shortcut bar. The process of opening a project will retrieve all of the settings for your system from the project database that is specific to this control system. Once you are finished building your control system, you will distribute the project relational database and your HMI stations and server applications to computers within the client's facility. All of those Nucleus applications are configured right here within the developer. Once the project is open, you will see that you have different development sections located on the top center of the screen. The default section on startup is the project data section that is currently shown in purple. Now, we'll open the Project Options dialog. On this dialog, you can set the number of monitors for your distributed HMI stations. You can also set whether the control system will be a standalone system or a networked system. Right now, we have our system, this project, defined as a standalone system, which means the communications will be active within the HMI Station software and the database will be installed on that single system computer. But we want a networked client-server system where the communications and logic will be distributed to the server computers. And the individual workstations will run the HMI Station software as thin clients. So, we will configure this system appropriately by checking the box. This dialog also provides other specialized options for your control system, such as whether or not logon security is required and additional verification is needed before controls are sent to remote devices. The project data section also contains your alarm definitions. Refer to the Help Center for descriptions on how to use expressions for your alarms, graphics, and calculated values. It's a little different from what you might be used to, but it's a powerful feature that eliminates the need for external verbose scripting. All of your defined I/O is also contained within the project data section. Do not define your remote device I/O here. Your IO2 devices will be created for you automatically when you define your communications, as we will soon explore. Each section contains a shortcut bar to launch your configuration dialogues, or if you wish, you can use the menu items beneath the developer title bar. Just about everything data related will be listed in the project data section, such as user security, analog filtering and scaling, and HMI layouts. Be sure to experiment with each available function and consult the Help Center when needed. There is also an expert interface for building specialized stored procedures for your system. One example would be automatically sending controls based upon arriving indication values. The second major development section is the Communications Builder. When you are in this section, all of the panels change to a maroon color. This is where you define the protocol links for each of your communication servers. If you are building a standalone system where communications is built into your single HMI station, then only the first server is used, CS01. But if you have a larger system, you may need to distribute several communication servers, and each server can be configured and tested here. Select the CS01 server and then select the button Edit Selected Comms Links. This will display all the protocol links in this server defined to communicate to your remote devices. Each server can connect to 10 PLCs or other devices such as OPC servers or MQTT brokers. This is where you define all the communication links you need to remote devices. You do this by adding protocol connections. If you click the server name at the top of the list, you can set the IP address of the server. For a standalone system, this would be the IP address of the single HMI station. Consult the Help Center for details. The source name of these links will be used to reference the I/O between the control system and each remote device. So keep these names short. And when you define a link with this interface, all the data points for that link will be automatically created for you in the project data section. This I/O can be used anywhere within your control system, such as in graphics, calculated values, and outgoing controls. The data types and the amount of data for each link is defined here. All of the native PLC drivers and Modbus connected devices are configured the same, where you define arrays or registers of data to access within the PLC programs or brokers. The amount of data you specify determines how many I/O points are automatically created in your control system. You can test your defined links directly by using Communications Builder. From the Server Group dialog, simply select Test Communication Links button. Once the interface opens, select Start Communications. When communications is active to a device, the link shown to the top left will display green. By clicking between these links, you can monitor any data changes in real time. You can also see all the I/O that was defined for your link, as well as the values being set for and for testing purposes. You can even send controls to your remote devices via this interface. The Display Creator section allows you to develop all of the screens for your control system. The screens shown in light blue are required screens for the HMI station. You can't remove these, but you can configure them for your desired purposes. The Help Center will describe what you can do with these screens. Use the Manage Screens button to create new screens, remove screens, or import or export screens between your projects. When you edit a screen, you can place icons representing your control system states anywhere on the screen. You can also change backgrounds, configure icons to launch other screens, show live charts, and send controls to remote devices. The Display Creator shortcut bar is interactive based on selection. Double-clicking on icons allows you to change the default properties of your icons, such as graphic types, displayed text, colors, and many other options. Object Properties allows you to set the default state of your icons, including the display type of the icon being used, such as a button or an image. And you can assign analog I/O points to graphics here, or assign screens to access when the icon is clicked on within the HMI station. You can define expressions assigned to graphics for display and define commands for sending control requests to remote devices. There is an entire section in the Help Center dedicated to defining both. To grasp the concepts of this feature, you may want to look into the section for examples. You can import your own graphics into the control system. This includes both screen backgrounds and icons. You can also define screens as full screen or pop-up using the Screen Properties section. And this is where you can also set your screen backgrounds as either solid or gradient colors, or images such as CAD drawings to represent a building layout or a factory floor process. Refer to Help Center on specifics of screen building, navigation, and setting controls via the graphical icons. The built-in simulator allows you to test your HMI station in offline mode. The simulator section turns all your developer panels yellow. You can build scripts that run at a predetermined rate for regression testing or just for simulating a process. Or you can set and reset indications manually to see how they affect your running HMI station. This is a valuable tool for thoroughly testing your control system before placing it in service for advanced verification. Now we'll launch the HMI station. While we wait for this to launch, we'll describe the remaining sections displayed on the developer. The 4 section buttons on the left are built into the developer application as we've already shown. The second set of section buttons are for launching pre-distributed applications inside the development environment. On the HMI station, the layout we have selected contains a navigational panel on the top. When the first button is selected, you can see the screen we were working on within the display creator. Of course, the navigational panel is a screen you can configure however you wish. You don't have to use the sample buttons provided with the default project setup. The HMI station has many built-in features for alarms and status. Alarms can be acknowledged, inhibited, and cleared as needed. Be sure to visit the Help Center for all various color options and states available for your alarms. There is also the built-in I/O tabular screen that shows the current state of all your I/O. You can filter this as needed to see the states of every tag point and value in your control system. The Playback To screen feature allows users to scroll through the view historical events in the order that they occurred. And on standalone systems, real-time communications can be monitored using the status button. In network-defined systems, the communication server can be launched in development. This automatically connects to devices and shows real-time communications. And by clicking on each link, you can see the I/O, their values, and any data coming and going between the systems. This layout is almost identical to the communications tester within the communications builder section. The logic server is used on a network system to raise alarms, perform complex calculated values, and run any defined stored procedures the developer defined for the system. It is usually recommended that a pair of logic server applications be used in production for redundancy. Be sure to read the sections on redundancy in the Help Center to understand the full capabilities of the Nucleus control systems in production. At any given moment, every Nucleus application, including HMI stations and server applications, all know the running state of every other Nucleus application on the network. This is very useful for defining the custom device status screen, shown on the bottom right of the HMI station. You can always monitor the thread status window for details on all the background processing to monitor your system health. On the top right side of the Nucleus Developer, you have window management features for organizing open windows. The alignment icons require more than one window to be open in the current section. You can access the License Manager here for requesting new development licenses. You can also create a distribution of your control system onto a USB or external drive to install on remote computers. This feature completely prepares your control system for distribution. And you can access your customer portal to open up new tickets for support if you can't find a resolution in the Help Center documentation. We hope this brief demonstration gives you a good overview of the organization and capabilities of the Nucleus Development Platform. If you have any questions, be sure to use your customer portal and take advantage of the ticketing process to contact us. In the very near future, we'll be adding the data flow server to our suite of applications. This will allow you to push your production up to the IT department via a secure firewall into an Oracle or SQL server database on an enterprise network. We'll also be adding our video wall application where you can design up to 40 separate monitor screens for both small and large monitor walls, all without configuring anything differently within the Nucleus Developer. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoy the product and the pricing, and we would like to congratulate you on joining the new SCADA revolution.